The Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. The admirably industrious member for Lyne, in a radio interview on November the 2nd, ruled out applying the GST to rent or nursing home payments. Will the Prime Minister do the same?
Prime Minister has the call.
Well, I thank the Leader of the Opposition for his question, and given that I've answered this question, not as briefly as the member for Adelaide said I warranted to do, although you can never entirely rely on a politician when he says I'll be brief, but nonetheless I'll invite the Treasurer to respond to this.
Treasurer
Prime
has
Minister,
the call.
and I thank you for the opportunity to respond to the question. I commend the member for Lyne for it being part of this discussion that we're having about a better tax system. And he's put forward an option, and he's had that costed. But, Mr Speaker, we're considering all options, and the government has put forward no preferred option or proposal. But what would assist the government, Mr Speaker, if all the options that are already out there but haven't been fully released were able to be considered by the government? And of course I'm referring to when the member for McMahon, the Shadow Treasurer, was Treasurer, and he commissioned some Treasury advice on a number of scenarios. And one of those scenarios, you'll remember it, is Scenario 3, and it was an increase in the GST rate to 12.5% and also to broaden the base. Now, a large part of it is blacked out, Mr Speaker. It's blacked out. And it would help the government, given we want to consider all the options, is if he could tell us what Scenario 1 is and what Scenario 2 is and what the full details of Scenario 3 are and where he was proposing to extend the base. Heaven forbid what Scenario 4 and Scenario 5 and 6. How many scenarios was there? The Captain Keynesian over there, I'm sure, would have many of these options, and it would greatly assist us, Mr Speaker, as we consider all of the options, as you would be required to do when you're trying to come up to the best tax system, if the Shadow Treasurer would give permission for all the Treasury modelling that was done by the previous government on increasing the GST to be released.